So I don't hate scripture, by the way. I don't hate religions or anything. In fact, I love it. Deep down, a lot of it. But I do question. And I will question. We often try and translate scripture of Egyptians, yes? And what does it mean? And to ponder on those things. If people don't see it or question it, then are they going to feel it? You know, we was talking about the last one in about nuns and monks that were here in Britain, and if it were to continue like that, with and it grows in popularity, then are there going to be any people being born? Because eventually, like that, it can then fall down, and then we'll label that as celibate. Yes,
Yeah.
celibacy. And then certain parts of the scripture in one place is kind of a bit interesting, where they say that you say Jesus' brides. I thought it was God's brides, but even still, and but yet we're the children of God in this understanding. Yes, if I get into this mindset, and then that's either you can look at it as incest or incest. Yes, and again, does it mean that that is incorrect, or was it misinterpreted?
Yeah, probably misinterpreted because everything translated from original languages used in Bible.
So by and large, you know, we've got a lot of infiltrations go on in the world anyway.
Yeah.
People are often trying to infiltrate your mind. People are often trying to infiltrate your writing. People are often trying to infiltrate this. Human nature, right? And what's been infiltrated deliberately and what has been accidental. But again, if we look at it from a God standpoint, don't want to knock it. That's the way you identify with a higher power. Beautiful. But you were given a question in mind. And then we could ask another question, a deeper question. Did God, when helping, placing hands on the minds of individuals that begin to write this stuff, put a deliberate test there in front of you, but you didn't realize it? Because that's what learning's about, isn't it? Questioning. You have to question in order to learn.
Yeah. Yes.
Because if you don't question and you walk in blind faith, societies are much like this. You just walk in blind faith and no one ever questions it. And it's like the unwritten rule that you're not allowed to. Where does that come from? But if you're not questioning it, then how the hell are we learning anything? So there's a time and a place for questioning, which you could say school. But questioning in these confines and know where past it, because if not, you're disruptive. You're being disobedient. Get out of my class. It's like saying, get out of the nation. Where I've said it.
Yeah.
Get off of the planet. Get out of existence. And again, that's a belief system or control framework starts to break down. And I personally believe that you've got to ask it from your standpoint. If you were a creator, what would you ask? Well, is this inherently a bad situation? As it is right now? Well, yes, because it could melt down for creation and then you'd lead to extinction. And then if you were then presented in front of God, so why did you let this happen then? It would have defeated the objects of me even creating any of you in the first place. Well, because this. But I gave you a brain to question. I gave you a mind.
Yeah.
But I thought, there's a thought. Were there any more in that thought? Well, I thought because of... So there was some thinking done.
Yeah.
But that's because this and... So you were penned in based on lack of questioning because you were controlled to question only in this framework.
Mm-hmm.
How can you learn anything new? When what transpired on your planet was a lot of questioning that led you to this point now.
Mm-hmm.
Inherently, if nuns want to be celibate, absolutely fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
However, a deeper question is, are you doing it for the right reasons? And what are those right reasons? Can it come from outside of you? No, go within and see whether it comes from within.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it will, but then are you allowed to relay this outwardly? Because we've got executions of Jesus that when people speak their mind, they could be potentially. But has the world changed from that? The answer is yes. Not much, but a bit. It might be okay to question this stuff, but not okay to question that stuff. But while you're questioning this stuff, you ain't questioning that stuff. Aha.
Mm-hmm.
When questioning this stuff,
Yeah.
and this side is acting like it, are you able to change? No change, rigid structure, and eventually it patters out. And then this one becomes the new norm.
Mm-hmm.
Same shit, new branding. Another thing is, the higher framework in top of this is to question it would to mean that we got something wrong, which is perfection. Ain't no one perfect. And you would have to question some of the things that God would do.
Mm-hmm.
But why was this like this? You know what? I never thought of it that way. Ah, now you're valuable. Interesting. Tell me more. Place you on my knee. Tell me more. Well, if it went like this, this, and this, okay. A bit like this, this, and this. Do you think this would be better? I do. Should we give it a try? Should we see? Can we all come together and create something else, something new from what you've experienced? Or are we going to create the same thing? Because no one's questioning it. If you believe God has a wife already, turns to wife and says, what do you reckon? That's very good. And then you think that God is perfect?
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
God is a teacher, but also a student.
Mm-hmm.
You are a teacher and a student.
Mm-hmm.
When you have this type of framework, think of the possibilities. Oh, what did you think of your existence? Well, it was perfect. Oh, it was. It was good up until this point. So we're clear on something, that we are both after perfection then. Yes, but understand that it's an art form.
Mm-hmm.
It is all but a craft. You envision it as one and see, did it work? Not really. Sort of this and this and... Well, what do you reckon? Oh yeah, this, and this. Yeah, I thought so. So it's being a nun, free will. If that's your choice to do so, then absolutely. Or could it be waiting for the right person to enter your life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If that takes 40 years, 50 years,
Mm-hmm.
the beautiful service that nuns do is incredible, by the way.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And if you were a creator, wouldn't you want them to have the best experience they could possibly have and to also find true love? That's another question entirely. They're teaching outside of them into certain groups, hospices, and everything else. Imagine that teaching into your own, which then could teach other people, which then can go on to help and support and teach other people.
Yeah.
So do you understand that and then from a higher power standpoint? That's beautiful. Now that is sparking through. If it takes you 40 or 50 years and you're willing to wait until something really beautiful comes along, that's great. We often look at something else with religions, right? They would not divorce. In certain circumstances, they would not divorce. And by and large, somewhere along the lines, I guess it was very expensive to get married in the first place. No doubt. It probably was. Might be able to maintain certain things. Some individuals find faith within them. Some individuals look for faith inside a church, inside to label them all into a temple of some sort. Some temples are found within, and some people find the temple outside. In order for the temple outside to work, it had to come from within. Casting pearls before swine, unless they be trampled. That's like saying casting wisdom into this, unless it be trampled. So we think that failure and perfection is about sticking to the narrative, yes, that's been said and not updating it. But true power comes in the ability to change. We see this throughout society right now. We're seeing it. Someone spent a lot of their youth getting in trouble, doing this stuff, doing that, and then all of a sudden they flipped the switch and changed. And people admire that. People admire that a lot. I think that's something that we can all take. Because it proves the records that were kept upon you. Mere shadows. It's like judging everybody for all the things they did when they were babies in their adulthood. Oh, no, you were sucking your thumb. Oh, no, you were screaming, you're a boy. Oh, no, you were doing this. Look, see, this person's definitely not worthy for a job, look. This person definitely isn't worthy for walking in power or becoming something. Look at all of these things here. But the fact is, change is definitely possible because you let go of things of when you were a kid and you pick up some new things. Then you let go of it and pick it up. Let go of it and pick it up. What I'm really saying is we're bound to piss on a toilet seat every now and then. Could make the toilet wider, but still, it's bound to happen. That one's a bit more accidental, but yeah. We get things wrong. Where we're often pulled back. I do this myself to some people. I remind them of their faults, but likewise, I also remind them of their good side too. Sort of balance, isn't it? I sometimes need it myself. I need a good, oi, okay, all right, see it. More often than not, it goes with you, doesn't it? And society and you teach yourself, don't you? Well, I'm not going to do this, this, and this because of this, this, and this. Those notes over there, and these people think this, and this, and this. And they're thinking it too. Because look, just did your criminal background check. Yeah, but it's shades of grey. Doesn't matter. It says it here. Look, someone else wrote that, and I believe them, not you. But they weren't there. Yes, I was there. No, this is what it says. That's exactly how it is. The black and the white on this paper. Sorry. No. Sure, you got some really bad grades here, haven't you? Shades of grey. No, no, it states it there. That in itself, that whole process is a weakness.
Yeah.
Who's there rewriting the scripts?
Exactly.
It's almost like the paper is cast in stone, isn't it?
Mm.
So look at Bible.
Yeah.
Everybody understands it.
Mm.
And some people think, what's the point in speaking out about this? Because execution perhaps could be this, burn at stake, this, that, and the other. It doesn't mean that you're not capable of change. It's the fact is, do you want to change? Here's what was thought.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what it's been translated to today.
Yeah.
Here are the adjustments that we have made.
Mm-hmm.
If people didn't like change, why do they vote for new politicians?
Yeah.
You want to gain more faith, more gathering? Then there needs to be some hard decisions about some of the stuff that's in there, and what does it possibly mean? Is it really black and white, or is there nuances we're missing when reading this?
I think there are, and also the translation.
Was it more like that we should be celibate and this and this for this reason, or is it that it should be, we should remain celibate until we find the one?
Oh, is it there at all?
Either or.
Yeah.
Just making examples.
Yeah. Because I can't imagine Jesus telling people that they should be celibate, so I assume that someone just decided that that's the case.
Go into space and seeing transformations happen in the populace means that you need to get there now.
Mm-hmm.
Created in God's image will then leave a big question mark as to what image is that.
Mm-hmm.
When it could be looked at as, God's been with us since day dot.
Yeah.
Leading all of these different variables that come together to create the vessel in order to help put the soul in so that you can develop the soul.
Mm-hmm.
God put essence in you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A casting of itself.
Yeah.
There you are. Which you get to shape, experience, understand. When it's all said and done, how did that happen? What was the experience?
Yeah.
Oh, this, and this. Could have done with a bit of this, you reckon? Yeah, I think you could be right. Or, no, we tried that over here. Look at this. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Wait, that was you this whole time? Among many, you have a family and loads around you.
Yeah.
It's no different. Who do you seek counsel from? This? What is this? That is an interesting thing entirely. That is whatever you want it to be, and more. Begin to change, begin to reshape. Does that mean a higher power has abandoned you?
I don't believe that.
Its image seems to fit. When it's convenient to fit, and when it doesn't, it needs to change in order to help you fit in.
Yeah.
Does that mean from human to blob.
Yeah.
There are more, by the way. There are many more. We'll go into this a little bit later. I want to keep this kind of short, but from human to evolving, the rough stage to
Yeah.
it's still there, changing, and then changing your belief.
Yeah.
Then it asks you a question: are you ready for it? And if you are ready for it, the proof's in the pudding, right? With this book. So this was the first draft? Yes. God likes us to question, yes. No space or we've got a telescope. No space or we've got rockets. Space church. You understand that? Symbolic, isn't it? Should it be deleted from the archives forever? No.
No.
What happened to the modern prophets?
Yeah. Where are they?
Cast pearls before swine.
Yeah.
What is the point?
Yeah.
Unless they be trampled.
Yeah.
See, it's right there.
Yeah.
Modern prophets that begin giving these teachings just like once back then. Is it all perfect? Not really. Can it be infiltrated? Absolutely. Can it be changed? Yes. If you become the modern prophets, let's say you become a modern prophet, and the people that are taking this stuff down, answer me this. Is it easy for you to omit and add to those words? I think the answer is yes. Yes, you could. Then do you need your heart measured against a feather in order to be able to be balanced enough? Some of it doesn't sound good. It might be a bit jagged. Sure, those things. And what does it inspire you to do? And do you have the choice to contain people? Or do you have the choice to inform people and allow them to have free will? Because the next prophets are towards space. I predict all of these to travel out. I predict further that when you meet other life forms, that's a hell of a story. Doesn't matter which one, who's who. That's a hell of some. Well, it went from this. That's what we first thought, yeah. We followed this for a very long time. But then it dawned on us all, really, that maybe this is not quite it. And it's a bit like this higher power, because explaining it to something else. And they'll be like, you know what? We had near enough the same thing.
Yeah.
Tell us yours, and we'll tell you ours. Wow, it's kind of competitive. It's almost like we were thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
It starts to open Pandora's box massively. And just like the Holy Spirit wants you to evolve.
Yeah.
Just like the creation creator is evolving us to become the very best vessels that we are capable of being. In spirit, mind, body. I guess spirit is soul, technically.
Yeah.
Most people have got this thing with tarot cards. They don't like tarot cards. Some sort of. What about scripture cards? What's this? Well, you see these cards here? They're face down. Pick 4. For what? Just pick 4. 3, 4. Okay. Turn them over, memorize those verses that are there, and this, and this, and then go back and read your Bible. That will follow you for the week, maybe the month.
Yeah.
Hey, you never guess what? This actually happened, or this, and this, and I had this experience. Slow down. Okay, go on.
Very good. Yeah.
Change is power. Creation should be called creating.
Creating.
Forming.
Yeah.
Forming vessels. Another one is marriage, yes?
Yeah.
And I can see why they probably don't want to divorce people. I can understand it to a degree, and I can also not in one way.
Yeah.
As opposed to putting pressure on the divorce ratio.
Yeah.
Because by and large, populations have separated quite a bit. And in looking back in hindsight, it looked like there was something working there, really. Something was a bit more different about the world, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was.
Bit more faith, bit more love, a bit more long-lasting relationships. Good dynamic. Another thing that gets popularity as well is when people start to read it, and then they'll go back to the old one and be like, oh, I see the difference. Yeah, this is clicking in my head. I didn't get it before, but now I get it. And by reading this, I now get this one. I see it with this spoke to people, start talking. Word of mouth spreads so fast. What do you want about? You should really read this. This is incredible. What Bible? Yeah, it's like it, but no, it's more modern. It makes me understand this more. I can't wait for the next bit to come out. Yeah, renew that spark.
Yeah.
So we look at this marriage thing, and again, this is definitely something. And what about better dating?
Yeah.
Is there a way to pair people up? Is it in a world that's so shallow, that doesn't have any time? Not because people are shallow, but because that's the way they're taught to be. They need to slow down for a bit. Come to the church. What for? Oh, we're trying something out. Or what about blindfolded? Well, what do you mean? Well, you get to know someone this way. Talk to them, but blindfolded. Well, what does that do? There are lots of ways to do this. This is very interesting for science for me. This is very interesting. Should start silence first and pick a few things, which narrows it down. Okay, the inner mind seems to be, these people pick near enough the same stuff. Okay, let's try going up a bit. Communicate with one another. Blindfolded, can't see each other. Can you feel each other? Yes, within reason, hands and different things like that. And if it's okay on both sides.
Yeah.
Then how much more deeper do you go with that?
Yeah.
To feel the presence, to hear the words, to see if it triggers something. Most of it is usually on shallowness, isn't it? Only hands, no other body parts. You've got to be the hands, the feeling, the excitement. Then when you go away from that, you don't know who that person was, right? I want to know if you both look forward to doing it again. I enjoy that connection. Now week 2, okay. Patience, or this one, the smell, your eyes shut down, the brain kicks in a gear, kicks up a gear.
Yeah.
Well, what does a relationship look long term like that? Does it work? Does it not? And we have nowhere where we artificially simulate problems in that dynamic. How are you going to respond in this dynamic next stage? Which is real focused teaching, not just about a particular Bible, but also teaching you about how to deal with problems in love relationships to make it work. No one is shown. What have we all got to base it on? Well, a lot of broken homes, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what you've got to base it on. Autonomous, automatic, my mum, my dad, this happened. The me, this happened. You're sort of like me, and now we've found each other on a bunch of broken. No, 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 no. This way stops that. This
Yeah.
it's about being patient, and then it begins to build, 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 build. Seems a bit weird, doesn't it? What about you have a meal together, have a laugh?
Yeah.
You want to drink together, still blindfolded, are you? I mean, this is interesting, and then if you knock it up a gear even further on that, spend a bit of time in each other's company, alone. Once you've connected on all of these events, at a certain time, I would go a lot further than this, but there again, I don't want to get too crude, but still, when do you then remove the blindfold? Because then looks come later. Is that moving with a feeling? Is that moving with a sense? Is that moving with the mystery of not being able to see? God, it works better if we were to say remove a blindfold and make some sort of AI device that eliminates that particular person. They can see everything else in the room but not that person. All they can do is feel, and vice versa. It just creates a silhouette outline. That's it. Perhaps not that. Or a stick individual that's there, and that's all you can see to know that that person is there, so you don't bump into each other. And the other person has this too.
Yeah.
Learn the soul before we learn the looks. And then which one's more captivating? Which one is more longevity there? Some women are like, oh, I couldn't do it because that person didn't ask me. You're waiting around for someone to ask you out of tradition that was taught to you, not because you want to be that way. That is settling. And then you're basing it on someone who's confident. These relationships peter out because these individuals are then confident around other women, and then this creates a level of paranoia in a woman, and it really does. It makes them jealous. I've seen this. Not everyone, but it's more often than not. I have a little bit of data about this stuff. I happen to know more than meets the eye. But again, a little bit more. Just a little, not much. You align with the soul. It's not about looks. Perfection is not found in observing someone. It's found in experiencing people. Going forward, how does this make their judge of character in this? Our eyes deceive us. I've shown you this on a lot of different things, right? Even with the flame and the soul, and our eyes deceive us. What's the true color on here? You change the lights around, something's going visible, something's become really apparent.
Yeah. Or the shade of color, not shade, the hue changes.
And then are we worried about how we look around these other people? Oh no, I've got a spot that's got, maybe I better not. I'm just gonna, were you blowing me out? That, to hell with that. Because then we start feeling self-conscious, and then we're thinking about that. We're not relaxing. Is it me? Is it you? Am I doing something? Now the other person's feeling self-conscious. Why? Because you're feeling self-conscious, but you don't want to say, oh, it's because of my spot, because I might draw attention to it. So if I remain quiet, that person's going to be picking up on something that I am doing, or they are picking up on something that you're doing, and then it goes back into that loop, ego loop. It's us, it's this, it's that, it's me. Oh, didn't like that, uncomfortable. Whereas if you meet the presence, if you meet the soul first, how's that? It's no longer shallow. That's a little bit more deeper than anything.
Yeah.
Brain's got to try and figure out. It's got to kick up a gear to figure out. Being in their presence, their company, does that bridge a gap? What do relationships look going forwards? People will be like, you know what? I think I would like to try some of that dating. Oh, of course. Come on. You're welcome. People getting together. Should we make some meals here? There's a lot of us here. Should we cook something? We'll all eat something. It's gonna cost a little bit, but if we all chipped in £1 or something, we'll see what we can do. We can make a hot pot. Be ready to transform your churches. Pews to the side. There's great seats here. Let's make a nice big table down the middle. Let's make this into a commune, literally to the word. Everybody relaxing in that. Seems a bit extreme, but again, it's a possibility. And then what do marriages look like? The most successful? Lifelong? Companions? And for the first time, maybe, possibly, it could be that you're relaxing down. You know, your hair looks a little messy, but you know that person fell in love with the inner you, not your looks. You get a spot on your face, who cares? You're relaxed, you know they got you. Know it. You don't need to guess whether the person is superficial or not. People aren't superficial, it's just the way they've become. How does that change society going forwards? Do people start looking in depth at things after that? And if so, what more layers of reality are being revealed? Do they begin to close their eyes in the presence of people just to feel what these individuals feel like? Oh, I got a feeling here. This is. As opposed to, yeah, that person looks wealthy. Yeah, that person looks poor. Yeah, that person looks this. It just doesn't matter, does it? It's about what you feel. And then is this developing thinking? Because the mind's going to go overdrive trying to figure you out. It's like using radio instead of TV. Radio dating as opposed to TV dating. Do you get what I mean? So, back in a world where there was fractured language, it was so fractured. A family spoke a certain type of lingual, and other families didn't. They couldn't really communicate with one another. It was more about feeling. Are you a threat? Are you not? Are you this? Are you that? They couldn't be looking at your face. Oh, I'm falling in love with your eyes right now. They couldn't do it. Spending time looking at that could mean life and death in those situations. So they learned to pick up on energy, pick up on intent, pick up on all of this stuff, not just the whole verbal. It's not there. Looks, it ain't there. You don't know that particular individuals. A look from them could be identical as a look from these here, which meant love, but these ones mean it as hostile. So judging on superficiality, nuances, body language and stuff like that, it ain't it. It was based upon this inner knowing. How does it feel in their presence? Does it feel safe? And this could kick open Pandora's box to so it changes that dynamic. Maybe it doesn't. But you keep going until it does. And it could be quite fun. Who knows? When I dive into people's minds and they let their guard down, if I want to know how people view me, I find out how they view other people. Do you know that? Girls get together and they'll talk, oh, yeah, that one was all right, weren't he? Yeah, but so was yours. Oh, he looked pretty good. Oh, yeah, quite bigger. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I dated him. I also hear this with guys. Oh, she was looking pretty. But ask a question to them. And it usually, I might get sent out of the school, you know. Why are you not with them? Personality like a freight train. I've never heard that one before. There was just something missing. A few in the group clock you twice.
Yeah.
They know what you're doing, so they mute up. A few boisterous ones are daring to say exactly what the group is thinking. And then are we doing it for all the wrong reasons? Because shit personalities can get in a gym, you know. Players no confidence. Do you and if you're waiting for someone because they're confident, that's why they ask me. I mean, confidence looks like a wrapped blessing in disguise, but then when that confidence is with somebody else and they know you like confidence, you're the pick of the bunch from your friends, they get there with that confidence, win you over, you're good, but it's shallow. Oh, someone else that's really pretty has walked in. Confidence comes again. And they seem lost looking for a personality, really. One that fits, but is it looks or is it this? Not all. Not all. No, you're just projecting. No. No. Well, maybe. I guess. Whatever. A lot of things to do with religion are really good. Some other things, shades of grey. So yeah, I don't ever want anyone to think that I hate religious. No. In fact, it's a jagged edge, isn't it? It feels like it's so offensive, isn't it? Because it's like some of it is not funny because you're laughing at. It's laughing at the absurdity that no one's seen this before. Or maybe they do, but don't say it because of this reason, that reason, this reason. And then we're going to evolve. We have evolved. And then it helps you to keep another volume going. So this is the baseline. This is the next version up. So then, looking the other side of these two, does it mean that God was creating us into something else? And has he finished creating our image? So that means the ink is still wet. So that means going backwards then. And then going backwards. Oh shit, he did a lot for us, putting all of this stuff that came together in order to create what we were. Oh my days, you spent your time in the dark days, don't you? Don't worry, you're all forged in the fire, all right? Single cells turn into multi-cells. The multi-cells capture a fragment of essence. And you can be like a creator, but still be miles apart from the creator. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Even with all your questions, they're still the same. Can't scrub that shit from yourselves. Just cannot. Still part of the higher power above that. If that's just me tangling this a little bit now, but hey, you can't scrub that. Good luck. So different, but the insight, the questioning, then that goes on to recreate a creation from your perspective, from its perspective, to both your perspectives, to make a new perspective with another piece of essence going forwards, going forwards, going forward. Then you have created something that is in existence within all of this until it is perfected. Shall we all head for that? Well, I would like to. I would too. Yeah, that's. We're starting to go off this way. No, probably not. What about this way? That's looking better. Still not quite. I wonder. Let's see how these ones do it. What do you reckon? Was all right, but this, and this could have been better. You know what? I think you could be right. Creation is never ending. By the way, creating,
Yeah.
creating what? For who?
Something future, something better.
If we look at it, we've got a collection that comes collected that allows an essence to be put into it. Do you ever think that heaven is about a collection that has been collected that have walked the dark times in order to find something that was harmonious for everybody to exist in? But it would take a lot of coming together, a bit like the lot of coming together, and reality is. You think this is bizarre?
Is it?
No, if you think this is bizarre. Oh, you just wait. You just wait. Not threatening. Multiple individuals on a biome, followed by multiple individuals in the whole entire biome. What is heaven? Work in progress. Do a little bit better each time round, you know? You think you've perfected it, and then anyway, a bit like the flame casts no shadow. You could say because it's light. That's interesting. That you can't see it, but the shadow sees everything else apart from that. If I was the shadow, would I see something different? That's an interesting thing from a different perspective. A bit like the soul. A bit like your essence. The body cools, not quite, because the planet is still warm, so it's warmer than space, technically. But again, something left. Well, perhaps it's the functions and this, that, and that. Something leaves. Creation, creation, creation. In the image. What image is that? Many pieces of a puzzle. Piece of a puzzle, star. Piece of a puzzle, black hole. Piece of a puzzle, all of the elements. Piece of a puzzle, earth. Piece of the puzzle, you. Piece of the puzzle, blade of grass. Piece of the puzzle, keep going. You got lots of pieces of a puzzle with a picture on it. An individual picture. When you start to put all of this together, and all of those pieces of a puzzle seem like quite a lot. Now add this with the overall pieces of the puzzle, and this turns into a piece of a puzzle versus piece of a puzzle. So you start to create a very big picture. Forged in the fire. Yes, you are. So yeah, I want to leave that there. So actually, I would like to go more deeper into it. To be honest, it's a build upon it. Let's see if it doesn't open something in you. Try it. What do you got to lose? A little bit of time.
Yeah.
Baseline. Start writing something and see what happens. If it starts to take off and snowball, and then you now have the eyes to see, and then when it gets read back to you, you now have the ears to hear. Oh wait, this is really, yeah. When you flow with that pen, with that ink, with that text, you're making history. And then it opens your eyes to see more. What can you do with that little bit? Where can you go with that information? Do you see, when you hear, well, you can go this way if you want. Or you can go that way. Here's the bass line. Now echo. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
Okay.